Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And today I'm at the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'm going to do a really quick activation using my Elecraft KH1. Now, I've actually been out here filming a couple of comparison videos, which are probably have already posted, showing how the Elecraft KH1 and the KX2 compare and how it compares also with the MTR3B. Well, I did these videos, got a phone call, some other things happened, and I kind of ran out of time, and I need to make this activation really quick. So I'm hoping I can do like a nice 10, 12, 13, 14 contact activation video, because here by 3:30, I really need to be leaving the site, probably, maybe a little bit after that, but about 3:30. So what I'm going to do is something I haven't done yet with the KH1. So my KH1, when I first got it, did not have the logging tray so that I can do logging while it's in my hand. I have that now. So this will be my very first activation using the KH1 in my literally logging and doing a full pedestrian mobile activation. Now there's one thing about this, and that is I don't have time to set up my audio recorder for this, so I'm going to have to use the internal speaker of the KH1, and that is not ideal, especially if we for some reason have a pileup. That's not going to be ideal. So what I'll do here is set up my camera where hopefully you can see this. Let's see. And I'm just going to extend the antenna, put this thing on the air, and we're going to do our very best to do this activation quickly. Oh, if I can get my... I'm going to have to step on my tripod, I think. And I'll have to tell you, too, that actually I have a problem with my thumb right now with like a tendon or something in here, and I went to an orthopedic specialist about it, and I'm usually wearing a brace. I took my brace off to do this, or splint, or whatever you want to call it, and it mainly just keeps my thumb from being hurt anymore. And I've taken it off to do this, which is not a really big deal, but I'm saying that just because actually my hand's not in the best shape. But I've been finding that holding the KX1 or KH1 is not really hard to do. It's so lightweight, it's really no pressure on my hand at all. So I'm not worried about that, but it's going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and deploy this. So basically I've got my KH1 here. This is my counterpoise, which I keep connected up to it. I'm just going to throw that on the ground. I may throw it again, just so it's a little bit longer out than it was just there. There we go, let's just throw this off. Did about the same. Okay, it's going behind me now. Pull off the antenna, put that in, open up the case here, extend the antenna, and this is everything. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Now, I have never done this before. This is my very first time doing this. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm being honest here with you. So let's see. K3378, and today is my watch is on my other arm, the 9th, 09 November 23, and this will be the 20-meter band. And the time, so it's 15, we are now in fall time, not in daylight savings, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, that's right. So it's going to be 20 something UTC. And let's go in here. I'm going to, oh, I should have probably done this first. Plug in my key. There we go. Oh, and I just added, just like moments before I came out here, I added a new beta firmware which adds CW message memory, so we'll be using that today. Let me go ahead and just hit ATU just to get a nice match here. Oh, did that give me a 221? Let's try this again. .2 to 1. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I didn't have my antenna engaged. I had it in the BNC setting, not on the whip setting, so that probably has something to do with it. 1 to 1. There we go. 1.1 to 1. And try to find a free frequency here. See if anybody's using this one. And let me mess with the receiver here for a second. Oh, and also it has new CWD code. That's a new thing there. That's 1 whole kilohertz away. That's how wide I have the filter. Here we go. Message. Oh, wish me luck. Can I juggle all this? So I have the repeat set for I think 3 or 4 seconds. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I have not... Crucial thing. I need to spot myself. I have not spotted myself. I haven't announced this or anything. Let me go in here to POTA.app really quickly, and hopefully it'll have me signed in. Please have me signed in. Yes, good. And let me go in here, add spot, K4SWL 14062.5. Park reference is K-3378. Comments CW. There we go. And it spotted me. Okay. Now I hope there's not a pileup or anything. I don't think there would be this time of day on 20 meters. There we go. Now note that I've got my filter wide open, so you're hearing all that stuff around me. I can make it... I think it sounds better in the speaker that way. Boy, we got a lot of fading today. Oh. Did it. Holy cow. Oh gosh, there's... But it's hard for me to do this with this little tiny pin. Okay, 2024. There's all these people around me right now. Oh, 25. This little pin's hard for me to get used to. That's the main thing. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Sure, it looks like an R. This is hard for me to write. Do you hear me? Gotcha. This isn't so hard. The tough part is for me writing on the end here. It's easy up the top. I could narrow the filter here, but I'm not doing it right now, because I think a wider filter sounds better on the speaker. And you have to tune out all that other stuff with your head. That's what it's all about anyway. I really do need to go now, but let me, so what I'm going to do, I hope nobody else calls while I'm doing this, but I need to take a picture or two. I can't take pictures while I'm doing this, so this is kind of all new to me. This is a lot of fun though. Whoops, I'm going to drop my camera. There we go. I have to like keep my foot on the tripod. Look at that. It doesn't look too bad in this photo, does it? This page does not look that bad. The other page didn't look so good. Holy cow, that was fun. That's it. Now let's put up my station. So I'm going to click this. This is actually a really high quality little pen. My wife really likes these. They're made in Japan, I think by Pentel. And they're just kind of cool little pens. I should probably have put up my antenna first. Let's put this down. I mean, this is the magic of this radio. If you want a radio like this, and here's how I do my counterpoise. I figure 8 it with the back of my hand here, and then I don't wrap it around the body because it takes that much longer to deploy it, because it takes so long, right? But then I'll just go over here and put this in here like this, and Bob's your uncle. That's it. That has to be the fastest deployment, the fastest everything activation I think I've ever done. Just because I can do this pedestrian mobile. I mean, it doesn't get any faster than that, really. It's hard to beat that. So I'm just putting up my camera here now. I mean, that's all there is to it. This is brilliant. I'm going to end up buying another one of these next year, I think, because I think I'd like to have one of these in my EDC pack and then have another one set up for SOTA. I don't know, that's just crazy talk. I probably shouldn't do that. It's just so expensive. But I was thinking about selling one of my FT817NDs. And what other radio could I sell? I mean, I've got 3 of those FT817s. I've got 2 FT817NDs and 1 FT818ND. All of them have CW filters in them. So I can probably sell one of my 817NDs, maybe even with my TPA pack frame, because I haven't really used it the way I thought I would. And that should get me a bid toward another one next year. Yes. Oh, the things we do. That was a lot of fun. And so the cool thing was, as I was doing my videos and talking about the activation, I actually did not plan to do a pedestrian mobile activation with this. What I thought about doing was using my 40 meter end-fed half wave and sticking it in this tree or this tree right here. And then using it as a tabletop and hooking up a speaker to it so you get really good audio out of it. And, you know, using it that way, that would have been not so bad of a choice, actually, to do that. And my goal was I wanted to see if the ATU would tune my 40 meter end-fed half wave outside of the resonant bands, and I'm pretty sure it would do it. I think that this internal ATU can definitely handle that. But the two comparison videos I made, I think that those kind of were priority today. I really wanted to do those because I've been asked so many times by people to compare the KH1 with the KX2 and the KH1 with the Mountain Topper series radios. And so I just did some quick videos about that. Then I looked at my time and, like, see, right now I'm about 6 minutes behind leaving. My daughters can wait at school. I looked at it and I thought, you know, by the time I deploy my antenna and everything, even though I'm pretty quick at doing it after having done it hundreds of times, I thought, you know, why don't I just do it? I got my Pedestrian mobile setup now. I've got my pen, I've got my logging sheets, I've got my tray and everything on here. Why not do it that way and save some time, which is what this is really designed to do. But in doing that, I promised myself next time I do an activation video with the KH1 that I would not use the internal speaker on it, because it's just not really fair to that little speaker. It's really kind of a bonus speaker, as I've been saying, not really designed for any kind of heavy use like that, just for casual stuff, not for pileups and things. And what I really like to do, and because the receiver sounds amazing on this radio when you're listening through earphones. And I found that with my digital recorder, it sounds great. I found with my amplified speaker, it sounds great. But I just didn't have time to set those up and hold this. I was trying to think, oh gosh, where can I stick? I don't have a pocket. I don't have a shirt with, if it's got a t-shirt on, I don't have pockets on it. I was trying to think of a place to put the digital recorder and everything else. I said, nope, I'm just going to do this with the internal speaker and we'll see how it works. So you notice that the filter width was really wide on it. And the reason why is, with all of my tinkering around with the KH1 over the past couple of weeks, I've just found that the wider filter setting and using a little bit of attenuation, I can get a little bit more of an optimal sound out of the speaker. And I know for some people, I've even had people comment before, like, Thomas, why do you have your filter set so wide on your radios? But that's really how I like to do things. Now, as more and more things, and there must have been a contest or something going on because I had all these adjacent signals all of a sudden. As more of those move in, and especially if someone were to come in like a half a kilohertz away from me and do a POTA activation, then yeah, I'm going to narrow the filter down. But I don't mind using my brain and the filter between my ears to just ignore all these other signals and listen to my target signals, because I kind of feel like I understand more with more information coming in, and that's the reason why I like that. So I think it worked out a little bit better than the first time I was here using the KH1. I think that worked out much, much better, and I'm very pleased with that. So I would say that if you're using the internal speaker, widen the filter a little bit and then use your attenuation maybe to kind of work with it, and you'll get a little bit better audio out of this internal speaker. But if you're not making a video, use earphones, man. The earphones sound amazing in this radio. The superhet sound is so sweet. It's just a really lovely sounding radio, and the speaker doesn't do it justice. But I tell you what, I am really pleased that this has an internal speaker. I'm so glad that they bothered to stick that speaker on there, that little teeny 1-inch speaker or whatever it is. I'm so pleased that they put that on here, because like today, it saved me from having to hook up a digital recorder or something else. It's just nice for a really quick conversation. If I were doing a little rag chew with a friend, that would be plenty for that. It's just like in pile-up-y situations, it doesn't handle that as well. You know, it just can overload that little speaker. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I need to hit the road. My daughter's going to wonder where I am. Isn't it a great day, though? It's such a nice day to be outside. Thank you for joining me on this activation. If you got any questions, feel free to put it in the comment section. Thank you especially to my Patreon and Coffee Fund supporters. You make all this possible. You make it possible for me to buy things like a KH1 and give it a really thorough review in advance of, well, I should say, it gives me a chance to get a thorough review without having to get a loaner or something like that from a company. I'm just able to buy it, and I can do it in advance of some other people buying radios because they want to know what it's like before they make a purchase. I tend to be an early adopter since I do reviews, and so your generosity makes all this possible. Got to be honest. And as I've told you before, I first and foremost I use Patreon funds and Coffee Fund funds to pay for the site and pay for my equipment that I need, my gear and all that stuff. And then I use the excess in my family's travel fund money. So we use it to do traveling and stuff. And so my family get a benefit from me spending hours of time working on videos and doing blogging and that sort of thing. I have a ham radio family, so I can get away with a lot of that. My wife and my 2 daughters are all hams, but they know how important this is to me and how fun it is. So, and thank you for just being a part of this. I really, really, truly appreciate it. I tell people that all the time, but you just don't know how heartfelt that is. I really mean it. Thank you so much. Anyway, enough of that. Take care of one another out there. All we got on this planet is each other. Remember that, okay? And so until next time, 7 threes.